I think what the enemy defeats us with knowledge, but they give us entertainment. So we focus way too much on entertainment rather than knowledge because they study us. They study your brain. They study your activity. They study what food you are addicted to, what season, how it makes you perform, what it makes you do, television programs, how it's setting your subconscious and it affect your conscious. I think we focus too much on the entertainment part rather than literature, rather than knowledge. And that's where they defeat us. I'll give you an example. Crack cocaine. That shit didn't just come out. They was in the laboratory studying that using test subjects to see how it would really destroy us in our communities. So, and then we know one thing. The universe is trying to kill them off. They fighting for survival every day. You walk outside your house for something in the morning, they spraying chemtrails blocking the sun just so they can come outside. You know what I mean? So I think it's important for us to get into these books, learn knowledge, stop trying to withhold and keep certain information secret and spread it amongst each other, and then we'll get somewhere. Because what I learned from white people, when they have resources and knowledge, they share it. But black people, they want to keep everything secret. They don't want to help each other. We don't want to.
To Jamie's notorious statement, niggas love to stunt on niggas. We're more occupied with trying to outshine the next brother man instead of coming together and influencing the world in the right direction.
Exactly. And I think it's esoteric too. It has more to do with the esoteric because we all know and we can feel it that the Caucasian time is coming to an end. It's something going on that they hiding. They trying to keep secret. They don't want you to find out because the world would be in straight shambles if they reveal the truth. So, and I'm gonna go back to what Solo said a couple of shows back when she stated we are under that curse. We're under a universal curse right now, I believe, because a lot of things that was in that Bible they had originally wanted to put like reincarnation in there, but they took it out. You know, and if you go and read some of the hieroglyphics and study ancient Egyptian literature, they talked about reincarnation all the time. But these are the things that they keep from us and they hide secrets. You know, even like these television program shows, even with rap music, you know, they use science with everything. Pay attention to all the rap moguls. Majority of them didn't have an active or present father. And you know why they chose them? Because it's easier for them to talk about fuck the black man and kill a nigga because they never had a father there to show them love. So they have animosity. Even with the female artists, you know, they always go get a stripper. Always. Because it's so easy for her to exploit their body. They use science to defeat us. You think they just putting up television shows on their daddy just for entertainment and to capitalize? No, that's in your subconscious. So when you watch that, you're behaving that, you're performing that. A lot of people learning off TVs because they didn't have active parents in their life or both parents because of the crack epidemic. You know, so I think that we focus too much like white men use strategy. They use the oldest trick in the book. They make you look one way while they doing something else around the corner. But knowledge is more powerful than anything. And we've talked about this. Taj, wasn't that you talking about the liberals and the conservatives? And you said you rather go with the ones that have more knowledge and influence. That's your favorite quote. Influence, that's more powerful than anything. So we need to get in these books, and that's what the white man don't want you. You know what the old white man quote is? If you want to keep something from a nigga, put it in a book. Because they influence the ignorant niggas. You know, they would never hold a conversation with somebody ignorant. But when you smart, they will sit up and exchange information with you all. That's the ones who they threaten by. They threatened by the intelligent Negroes, not them ignorant.
He saw it last week. Remember I said this on the show. I only engage with the ones that approach me. The older white guy came and sat right next to me last week inside IKEA. And he started the conversation with me. And we had a brief conversation. But no, you're right. Oh, asshole.
Oh, but Solo already doing her thing. You know, she's studying law. That's good. You know, Jamie doing his thing, influence. You know what I mean? With this social platform, you doing your thing with the television and movie production. I'm doing my thing with the restaurant. So we all finding a way to contribute. But what we have to keep in mind that it's a real enemy out there, and them symbols that they use all the time about the elite and that esoteric knowledge, that's real. They want to keep us oppressed as much as possible. They're not afraid, like Solo say, about the Morgan Freemans and the Will Smith because they got money. They comfortable. They don't care about the people that's being oppressed at the bottom. But see that herd that's at the bottom, They are afraid of that one leader coming up out there because he can change the whole scenario. And that's us. That's the ones they want to kick or press.
Yep. And they turned us, it's us against the world. And the sad part is the second half. It's us against the world. And unfortunately, sometimes each other. It's also us against each other. I don't want to be by my own mind.
Oh man, that's probably the most heartbreaking part of it is that it's like you can have a black person trying to do just 5% for the black community. And I just feel like we just attack each other so strongly. Or even on a smaller scale, like do we really be riding for each other the way we should be riding for each other? Or do we be selling each other out for validation from white people?
It's reading. Like somebody was talking about culture. I'm from the South. So in the South, it's a lot of unity. You know what I mean? It's chocolate city. It's not like we trying to cut each other down. No, we stick together. You saw that shit that happened in Alabama when them niggas thought they was gonna jump that black man and white people and all them niggas came together. That's how we from in New Orleans. You know what I mean? So we don't, if you looking good and we not hating, we genuinely happy because we gonna put us on. But then you got them Negroes that was in California from when I moved to California, migrated to California, they didn't behave the same. You know what I mean? So they colonized us and programmed us in different ways. But I'm genuine. Like I'm always looking out for my people because I love being black. That's the thing. You have to love being black. A lot of people are black, but they don't want to be black. A lot of people looking in that mirror and feel like being black is a curse. And a lot of us don't feel like that. Like Tupac say, shit, we feeling like black is the thing to be. So it depends on that black person because a lot of people not going to come out and tell you they don't want to be black. They wish they can be white. This is our issue. A lot of people hate they being black. I'm telling you.
Saying black, quit the side of coming.
Yeah, you hate what you see when you look in that mirror. The first thing is the mirror. You got to love everything you see when you look in that mirror because when you don't and you step outside your door, other people going to see it and you're going to behave. So that's why I never argue with people. They behave, you tell me everything I need to know about them. And you just angry and mad for no reason. I know you got shit going on in your life.
So, Cairo, what do you say to our darker skinned brothers who I've been called a graham cracker before? And I know if you check my background, I know I'm more radical and more progressive for our people than any shade of color, when it comes to blackness. So what do you say? Because black is really more of an attitude and a condition.
Right.
Not so much.
Thank you.
If black was a skin color, then everybody that's not dark skinned wouldn't be identifying as black. Let's think about this. But you got people in our community just because they can see, and I'm gonna be honest 100 with it. I do research my family tree. Yeah, it's some white people in there. Right. So do I have to watch my darker skin brothers? Do I have to look at y'all niggas with a side eye? Oh, but damn, my nigga, you gonna hold some shit I had nothing to do with. I had nothing to do with however that cracker ended up in my bloodline. So do I need to watch you too? It's one of the reasons I roll solo. No pun intended to solo name. Well,
this is what I'm saying. That's why I say about the program and how this white people use television and science against us. So this is where it comes because the first person I ever fell in love with was Wesley Snipes on New Jack City. I wanted Wesley. I thought he was just so dark, so handsome. I swear to God, I still got that thing on my page with a girl who he fell in love with. I wanted to be her. But long story short, like Martin and Gina with Pam, they make you think anything dark is ugly. Like they put Martin with the light-skinned girl, and I always thought Pam was prettier. But every time Pam used to come around, but it makes you, I'm going to be honest, it makes you start the way he keep cracking jokes on her, telling her she ugly, she look like a mule. When you start seeing that and hearing that, that's just in your subconscious and your conscious mind. So when you see anything look like Pam, you're referring back, you're like, damn, she ugly. But that's the programming. So like you said, and I agree with what you said with that, something you said about black is more like a behavior because I know if you ever saw dark, handsome chocolate, them niggas from Somali and over there from Senegal, them big black tall, I'd be like, oh my God. They be thinking they so black, but I'd be like, boy, you is so handsome, so exotic and fine as fuck. But like I say, you have to love being black. Me, I love being black. White people don't love being white. You think white people love being white? Ask a white person if they really love being white. They don't. They don't. You didn't see when they look in that mirror.
Cairo, I need jokes. I'm not sure we got your thoughts. Before we go to the white side of town, how do we handle the colorism of our darker skinned brothers holding the cream in certain brothers' coffee? Like if you look at me and Jamie, you can see my coffee got more cream in it.
Turn off your TV. Turn off your TV. Stop watching television shows or movies that white people produce. Start watching Black African movies. Because one thing when you see, whenever they write something, there's going to be something subtly in there to make you hate yourself, maybe if you are aware of it or not. You got to be surrounded by all Black. You see, when you go to Africa, everything there is all Black. So majority of them love Black women. They love Black men. But we over here being whitewashed and watered down.
Cairo, we asked them, when the last time y'all heard a light-skinned or brown-skinned brother make a dark-skinned joke?
I don't hear that. I never heard that. I know some Black men say they prefer white women.
But our dark-skinned brothers are still doing the light-skinned. And I'm a brown-skinned brother, so which puts me right in between. So if I'm refereeing the dark-skinned, light-skinned, I gotta honestly say, hey, dark-skinned brother, y'all still keeping that shit going, homie. But I don't even hear the light-skinned niggas making dark-skinned though. So what's going on?
Maybe I never experienced that with a white person. They always looked at me that I was Black. I always got treated. It don't matter if you're light. I always got treated like a nigga. So I never felt.
But I think he talking about amongst us, like as Black people.
So it's not saying small percentage, because all Black people don't look at Black people like that. That's what I'm saying. It depends on how you feel about yourself. If you love Black, you don't care if they dark, caramel, none of that. You don't care. But when you're not too comfortable with being Black, that's when you go to like, oh, she too dark or he too dark. That's where that come from. So that's something that's something in your subconscious that you need to check.
All of us just said we haven't heard a light-skinned or brown-skinned brother make dark-skinned jokes in a long. I haven't heard it since high school.
Because I don't care.
That's what the mindset should be. But how does it make the lighter brothers feel if you got our dark-skinned brothers holding colorism? Because we all agreed earlier that Black is a mindset, Black is an attitude, Black is a condition, regardless of your colorism. So if I'm on a battlefield, I don't want to have to be looking at my dark-skinned brothers like them niggas might sacrifice me because they feel like I got a white ancestor.
Black people should not that. That's not in our against, but choke it down like that. We don't feel these people that don't have. You know why we don't have to be racist towards anybody else, Todd? Because we were born